Okay, Year 2, let's talk about topic. We're going down under. Have a look in your house and see if you've got a globe or maybe a world map on your wall and see if you can find Australia. Look really carefully and see if you can spot the seas or the oceans that surround Australia. I'll give you a top tip. It looks a little bit like a dog. Now we're researching this half term, so we're going to be learning an awful lot about the continent of Australia. A challenge for you. Think of some questions that you would like to ask about Australia. If you don't want to keep using the computer, ask your grown-up if you can go and watch a BBC clip on the TV. A man called David Attenborough, one of my favourites, has recorded lots of programmes about Australia, so you might want to sit down and watch one of those with your grown-up. They'll love it too. Your PSHE is all about change. What I'd like you to think about is things that may have changed. Have you lost a tooth? If, like me, I expect your hair has grown much longer, perhaps you've grown a little bit taller. Perhaps you can record this somewhere for us to look at. There is also Changing as I Grow on BBC that you might want to look at as well. Your science this week is also about growth, but we're thinking about seeds. So we're going to observe the changes in new plants. Choose a sunflower seed or any seed that you may have at home and see if you can plant it. What do you need? Do you remember? Put that seed in some soil, make sure that it gets plenty of sun and plenty of water, and then use your observational skills. Take good care of it and see if you can grow a big tall sunflower. Computing this week, we are going to be playing a maths game. It's an addition race game. Have a go at it. Now I've played this game and I know that this game can be a bit tricky. You have to know the answers and you have to click. So you might want to work with a brother or sister or a grown-up and maybe one of you do the answers and one of you press the keys that you need. When you've played the games a few times, see if you can predict what happens. We're learning how to be programmers. Okay, now your art and D&T this week, you're going to be thinking about an artist called Ken Done. Ken Done paints using really beautiful, bright, vivid colours. One of the landmarks that you would see if you was to visit Australia is the Sydney Harbour Bridge or the Opera House. Now you may not have paints at home, but I'm sure you've got some felt tips. See if you can have a look at some of Ken Done's work and then draw your own bridge or your opera house. But remember, choose the really bright colours. Our RE is Hinduism. The symbol for Hinduism is Om. Now it's tricky, if you don't have any books at home, see what you can find at home. Don't forget your grown-ups are a good source of information. But if you've been doing yoga, which I know I have, Om is the sound that you often make at the beginning of your yoga. You often put your hands together or you close your eyes and you make the sound Om. Let me demonstrate for you. You take a deep breath. Om. Have a go. It will help to keep you nice and calm and relaxed as well. Just do your very best and see what you can find out. Now, I've left D&T to the end because I've got some props. But what we're going to do is we're going to be using some card and a lolly stick, a ruler, a pencil and some blue tack. We're going to be making a slider. I've got a piece of card. I folded mine in half because I thought it might be quite nice to make a card for a grown-up that I'm missing, but you don't have to. You can have it out flat as you like. What I've done is I've drawn 2 lines. So I've got my ruler, I've put it down where I want it, I'm pressing down with my ruler and I'm drawing a line across, moving my ruler down, and I'm making a second line. I need to make a hole for my cutting. So I'm going to use my blue tack, pop it on the table, and then I'm going to pop a sharp pencil on the edge of the line that I want to cut. I've done the rest. And then I'm going to get my scissors really carefully. I'm going to take one of the blades and I'm going to just put it into the hole that I have created and I'm going to cut. I've done one, so let's see if I can do the second one. I'm just going to very carefully put my blade in, push it down, and then I need to put my thumb and my finger in my scissors and very carefully, take your time, you're just going to cut along that line that you've made. Just snip, 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 snip. Try and keep your line as straight as you can. There you go. Now, you will see that I've created a bit of a flap. You need to make sure that this side and this side is intact. Of course, you're going to need something on this card, and my suggestion would be to use a Leroo. A Leroo is a landmark that you would find in Australia. I'm going to let you find out a little bit more about it. But if I've drawn a Leroo, and I can only find black cards, so I'm afraid it won't be very visual for you, but I've drawn a Leroo on my card. A Leroo is a really nice colour. So just imagine for now that I have chosen a nice orangey red, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to colour in a picture, and then using another piece of card you're going to draw a kangaroo. Now, drawing a kangaroo may be a little bit tricky, but just do your very, very best. So I'm going to draw a basic kangaroo. They've got very big ears and a long nose, and they come down like this, and obviously they've got a very big tail that they use, and they've got very big strong feet and a big tummy and then some arms. So I've drawn my kangaroo, and now all I need to do is cut him out very carefully. So I'm going to snip, 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 snip. Now I'm not going to be cutting as carefully as you're going to, because obviously I'm trying to do this very quickly, just so that you can see the sorts of things that we are after. Snip, 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 all the way down. There's his feet. Let's come up. You don't want to make your kangaroo too small, otherwise you're not going to be able to see him. So here he is. My kangaroo may be a little bit on the big side. You might even, if you're really good at art, you might even want to add a little Joey. You then need to attach your kangaroo to your lolly stick. So you're going to use glue or sellotape. You've got that, you've got your slider, then all you need to do is pop your lolly stick in here. So I'm going in that flap there so that you can see. There is a Leroo. Here is my kangaroo, and I can just pull my slider and my kangaroo can jump all the way over a Leroo. Take your time. You can make yours look absolutely stunning. I know you can. Have fun with this week's Learning Year 2, and I'll see you soon. Bye.